Hi friends, and welcome back. Also, take note of the nice scenery around this video now. But no, really big thanks to Kent for making this layout real quick. We now have playlist buttons, which means you can click on them and they'll take you to the next episode or the previous episode. Or you can look at the playlist, all that fun stuff. Also, I was looking for my stylus, and while I was doing that, I accidentally clicked over to the next text log thingy. So, yeah, I guess we're gonna go and see how thorough Mr. Payne and his police were. So I forget if this is, I think Winston is his first name, and Gaspin was like the relative he had. I forget. Such deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. You mustn't tell the culprit to let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. Your crown or hers? Is treasure really such a valuable object? How can you ask such a thing? Of course it is! Why, sealed within the treasure's very soul. The minima of the Holy Mother. The soul sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that as a grain of salt. You don't believe me? Believe it, do you? Of course I believe it. Sure. Something tells me I'd better play along. This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Yeah, because you've... Your magistrate? Yeah, what is it now? This treasure. I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Can I see a photo of it or something? Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. He's getting awfully angry with me. And those veins are popping. Are those veins popping out of his forehead? Probably. He's quite upset. Although he also seems to be a relative of the other judge. It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone with the proper without this proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That's why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. Guess there are national treasures that are off limit to the public back home too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let's share this newspaper article. Newspaper. God, why can't I talk today? It includes photos taken about 8 years ago, when the treasure was unearthed. There are only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure only leaves the temple treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, the treasure has only ever been seen by a handful of people. Well, thanks, I guess. I hear there's a string of thefts lately. There's been a string of thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple. You mean temple? You're right, your magistrate. God, why can't I talk at all today? This sucks! Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. So he used the position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. Is that it? The accused family is by no means wealthy. To help the family Why? 1 second. Okay. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training. Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume. What? No, I do have questions. Even more? But you just asked a bunch. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. What? He's planning on going to that thing? He's a busy man. There's a lot of things I don't know about it. Okay, I should ask while I have the chance. Let's see. What should I do? Okay. The crime scene. Mr. Payne, where did the crime take place? What? As I already stated, it was in the treasure room of the temple. Oops, that's right. Have you been paying attention? Well, I guess, let's see, I'll look over these lying lawyers. Not only do they lack morals, but memory too. He apparently has all the brain power of a barnyard chicken, your majesty. Oh, that explains why he has a crest that looks like a rooster. No matter where I go in the world, the insults are always the same. Okay, let's try this again. Your majesty, please let me try again. Let's see. What do I need to know more about? Well, we know the motive was to steal the treasure, and the crime scene was there, so what was the weapon then? Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left the scene had a large bloodstain on it. How utterly reprehensible using the sacred treasure box for murder. What the Good lord. The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed on the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with the treasure. Oh. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds, and then promptly got destroyed. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. Alrighty. The defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. A very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the hotel altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for the difference in stature. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. God, I want to smack that smug look off his face. Well, the accused is guilty. Certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well. In that case, I find the accused... Oh, well, I guess we'll just fight it off then. Do you think you're rushing the verdict a little bit? I told you, I have plans to attend to, and... Ah! I'm late! I'm already late! How did this time fly? He's still stuck on that. We haven't heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Oh, God. Huh? Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? So no one here knows what an actual... Well, Ow, God. I hit my leg. That hurt. I'm sad. Anyways. Does no one know anything about actual, litigation here? Just wondering. I guess when you all go by divination, nothing really works, huh? I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall. A little wonder so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Okay. Should I even try to... Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyways, I demand to let the defendant or the accused tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll say anything, have anything to say. Relevant to say. Anything of relevance to say. Yeah, these definitely are lawyers. How kind of you, Your Royal Paynness. Paynness! Sorry, I had to say it. Anyways, so many puns. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. I can't believe it. What class was he even gonna attend? I don't remember. Oh, wow, bye. I mean, Albie. Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would. I'll be your guide. Yeah, that's... I'm trained to be a monk. And I'm a tour guide, too. Why me? Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, your majesty. Oh, good lord. Defense attorney's insistence, I might add. Okay, well, just... Well, of course he sounds dispirited. He had to cut his class. His wife must be very, very, very mad. Well, the defense better get to it, and make it quick, if you please. The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer. Well, I am, and here I am to defend you. Well, I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry, all you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be alright. You tricked me. What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Get back. Why do you want him back? I don't... Albie, what's gotten into you? Don't talk to me. You disgust me. Well, gee, this is great. This be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Well, I don't think this is the first time, but hey. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing about this time. Alright, I can't talk at all today. I'm sorry, guys. Oh god, witness testimony. I'm scared now. I didn't kill Mr. Rowe. I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen the treasure box with the green... Koreanese, I mean... Koreanese. Korean... I think it's like Korean, but you know. Anyways, Korean-ese, which is just a terrible word, by the way. Butterfly on it. Did we actually... How did he know it was green? Wasn't the... Oh, Albie, what did you do? When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Were you well acquainted with the victim? Yes. He used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other at the temple. Mr. Roll, I mean, was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know. I bet Albie looked up to him. But he had to give that up and go to work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard, but at least that way he could stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things could have been easier for... couldn't have been easy for him. Sounds like circumstance and Albie's very similar. I mean, they were pretty much... Okay. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he say. I'll always be he was always cheering me on in my training and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now you've heard the accused's account. Are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. No, I don't want you to end it right now. But your majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. Ah. That wasn't the end of it? It's been so long, I don't rightly recall what the cross-examining thing is all about. Judge doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this? Yeah, that's new hell, isn't it? I'm still... I don't remember much about Phoenix Wright games, honestly. Outside of the story, that is. I can remember the first 3 games, but other than that... yeah, might as well. I guess it's better or we'll never get anywhere. Your Majesty, please allow me to explain the procedure. First, we lawyers listen carefully to a witness's testimony. Then we touch present or the R to open the court record and examine the evidence. And why would you do that? To find and present any evidence that's inconsistent with the statements given. Present? I certainly don't have any gifts. Well, not that present. It's present. Anyways, any gifts from you? Clearly, something is getting lost in translation with His Majesty. The point is, it's possible that a statement could contain a lie or a mistake. But what do you do if you can't find any inconsistencies in a witness's testimony? In that case, you may press L. The witness. You may press the witness for more information. Pressing a statement might reveal new information, or even entirely new statements. Presenting evidence is one thing, but pressing witnesses is... Why can't I talk today? Like, seriously. I woke up, I got the template, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go, and then this happened. If you have... I'll have you know, defense, that I do not allow violence in my courtroom. Well, I don't think Mr. Wright's gonna bust out anything and try to, you know, pistol whip poor Albie over there. Rest assured, only gentle verbal pressure is used, no physical force is involved. Well, I'm not convinced. After all, who knows what sort of tactics an attorney will resort to. One false move and I'll call bailiff. I'll call the bailiff. Okay. Yeah, something's definitely getting lost in there. For now, I should just focus my energy on questioning Albie. Okay. I have a feeling I already know where this is gonna go, cause the accused. All right. I didn't kill Mr. Roll. I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I have never seen that treasure box with the green, butterfly on it before. Well, how do you know about that, buddy? Forget how to present it. Present. Objection! There we go. Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right? That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that. In that case, how do you know there was a green butterfly on it? Huh? But because I saw the picture of it. Is that in that newspaper article? Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from the pictures. Aw, poor Albie. Hold on, his bag. Did it just move? What? What did he just say? I beg your pardon. That people use when they're surprised. Are you sure? You just exposed a lie. Is this the power of cross-examination? Is this the power of cross-examination? Yes, this is the power of cross. I don't fucking know anymore. I want to quit. It's over. I'm dead. Anyways, I should be on the one. I should be the one who's shocked here for shocking lack of understanding. Well, I mean, you are not. Very, I mean, this seems so weird, but oh well. That's Phoenix Fred for you. If the accused was lying, then that makes him more suspicious than ever. And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Darn. I just can't seem to get him to open up to me. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes, after all, haven't you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago, when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't. Great. That is a lie, apparently. Sorry, I'm writing down a few things, because I have my notepad here. Because much like VLR, I'm gonna eventually just start drawing bunnies that don't exist. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. He dies? This was found on the floor of the treasure room. Scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll. What? Oh no. Where is it? It's not here. Must have dropped it somewhere. Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim. I can't talk right now. Give me a second. Well, great. No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident? Oh, great. Are you gonna gloat about how... So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself, or points, I guess. Reminder to self, get my glasses before I do another episode. Seriously, it's kind of hard to read. So it would seem so, Your Majesty. Predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. How many of those see, I told you you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Her benevolence already said the kid's guilty. Just declare him guilty and get it over with. Everything's going all wrong. What should I do? Well, I guess we're gonna have to go with this. Then I guess I'll have to poke holes in the inside of hers. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all. Nevertheless... Wait, what did that say? Sorry, 1 second. I can't fucking read. Okay, there's all the profiles. I remember that. Let me just look at this real quick. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all. Okay, so he's bored by it. Wait a moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As a defense, I have the right to check it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. Really? Guess you really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support Mr. Wright, having Mr. Wright see the seance. Why can't I talk today? Seriously, what the fuck? You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne? Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy? Well, now. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised they're all out to get me. Why? I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife. It certainly does sound worth seeing. And it'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus. I don't like these people. Been reduced to a juicy tidbit. Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. And then, right after the tearful begging, I really have to get going. Oh. What do you mean pitiful? Still scrambling and desperately for a foothold, blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him. What? Based on what? Do the divination, please. God fucking damn it. Alright. There she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence? Refa Padma, I'm sorry. Kurain, I think it is. Thank you for coming all the way once again. All this way once again. Your gratitude isn't necessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney. Yes. I am told you question the, veracity, really? Veracy? I can't talk, or read, or pronounce, or think of anything today. I'm terrible. I'm sorry, guys. I guess I just woke up and just not, the sacred divination seance. I don't think so. It seems the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant to the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, your benevolence. All I wanted is a fair trial for Albie. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truth imported by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality? Really? What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance of the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner? Well, yeah, we talked to her like that. What? Get over it. Come on. She's trying to say her divinations are like everything. Yikes, looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Punish him! Can we just get to the divinations? Please stop trying to punish him. Silence, one and all. Okay. Is she standing up for me? Be not disquieted, my people. Okay. He merely expresses his opinion. Well, well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. Attorneys are ghastly creatures, with souls stained black by brazen untruths. Really? My words are as... the words of a lowly worm such as that are not worthy troubling themselves over? Really? Alright, I take that back. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways. If you would. Okay, get on with the seance. I want to see it. Nay, nah, my robe. What is going on?
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Oh dear. Okay, you can dance really well. I'm proud. Let's see what's going on. Oh dear. Incense, okay. Song of ceremony, boy's voice. Pain. What just happened? An image appeared on the pool? Or in the pool? It wouldn't be on the pool, I guess. It would just be weird. Final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his minima. The divination seance has revealed this to us. Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project a victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise. What? Is that what we saw in the pool? Okay, well, that's just weird. So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Rawl actually experienced. In the victim's memory, we can see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad. Ah, God. Now, do you see why I'm the incredible pain? Yeah. Or like, more than I can express. I love this dialogue. It's so good. But even if they're really, if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? There it is. The face of a man who's being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty? Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now, are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been around, we've been amused enough. I mean, God, why can't I? Next time, glasses. Next time, don't be tired. Next time, don't make excuses. Anyways, if you can give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'll be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. Fantastic! What? You mean you honestly don't know? No. Let me guess. I'm culpable. I'm basically... If I waste your time, I'm gonna end up getting killed too. What's all the hubbub? Well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, but he's also an imbecile. Really? Your Majesty, I think you better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him. Yes, I think I better. Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him, and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. Well, that's just unnecessary. What kind of insane law is that? Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others just received the death penalty? Are you serious? That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney. That's as it should be. The history of our country proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. Oh, really? Really, gallery? We don't need your shit. Come on. I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? You fell into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. Oh, okay, so Gaspin is your brother. Got it. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Kurain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now. Defense know that if I rule with the accused, that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too. Great. That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life. What the are you? You're basically like, hey, you know what? Just fuck him, murder him. I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. Are you serious? The death penalty? You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? Do I look like I'm kidding, motherfucker? No, I'm kidding. I'll have you put your life and your dark, tainted soul on the line here. Death? This can't be happening. The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene. Criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate. Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more, are you sure you still want to defend the accused? Well, I mean, you know what, I'm starting to think maybe I should leave, just saying. Go. There's Maya to think about on all this, too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? I'm gonna keep defending him. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? To help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life. Even though that means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act, which, by the way, terrible idea. I will defend Albie. Oh, don't fall over, Albie. And good job. The defendant insists he's innocent. And not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Aw, shit, man. I don't even want to think about what that word is. I'm sure it might even be a pun for all I know. But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? Yeah, we'll do it. But it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence, believe me when I say this, this attorney will knock your insides out. Insolence, disrespectful attorney. You have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm. She seems a little bit, mad. Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you both will soon be parting with your heads. Oh. You are all very morbid. All of you. Stop this. I'm very upset by this. The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give them a message, a voice. Give their messages a voice, I guess is what they're... Saying things is hard. If you think insides contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion? These are the victim's experience just before his death. As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance's vision? Come to think of it, I did see words, like song of ceremony and incense. The victim's final memories are not limited to the sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls. So, what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appear in the vision as words, right? Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me. Okay. I can use all the extra information I can get now to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance's vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again. Very well. Incense, song of ceremony, boy's voice. And then pain. Wait a minute. Said after the morning divination, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? Isn't the song of ceremony like... I'll use the arrows. Select the insight I think is off. Pretty sure it's the song. Now I'll carefully compare the insights with the seance vision. Pretty sure the song was like... Wasn't that one time a day and that was after or between that? Yeah, I just select these in... Okay. Pretty sure the sound is inconsistent because if this is the Song of Ceremony, I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen during the Dance of Devotion, does it? That's later in the evening, I'm pretty sure. Wait just a moment. Yes? What is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after the morning Dance of Devotion, right? Or does that happen during the dance? That's right. What of it? Isn't it strange that Mr. Rogue could still hear the Song of Ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right. Is that all that troubles you? Yeah, well, huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony. Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. God, I hate you. Certainly, allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon. Okay, so the songs did happen during the dances, but it happened after that. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate the statement. Okay, great. Corroboration is fantastic. I see. So what the victim heard was the practice session. There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must have been the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me. Ask away, Your Majesty. It's a big temple. The performance hall and the treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room? He's right. It's a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of Temple, including the treasure room. Oh, that's right. Speakers. For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the seance vision. Okay. It was a practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers. Thank you for your explanation, Your Benevolence. This makes perfect sense. Even a little feeble-minded old man like me could understand it, I guess. Oh, good. Think nothing of it. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insight for us? Very well. Insight revised. The cursed swung whatever weapon. Oh, great. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Point out an inconsistency. She'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock her insights out after all. I better find an inconsistency with, no matter how small. Let's see. Bit hard to focus. I'll try using the pause. Okay. There, I paused the vision. That makes sense. Can touch the flashing panels to jump between different parts of the vision. I'll try moving to the minima. Okay, minima mark. Okay, now I know how to get around the seance visions. It's time to find inconsistency between the inside and the vision. That looked painful. But it doesn't show the swinging down at all. Pain the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. I don't think it is, because it went dark before then. It went dark before he, you know. Will this work?
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course. As anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your Benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh. Everything goes black then. Only after that the victim feels pain. Inconceivable. This places the order of events at odds with what you what you say has happened. My word. Your Benevolence, what is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy. Well, if what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, Your Benevolence, but I'm afraid the contradiction is something we simply can't ignore. Oh, God. Now, let's not be too hasty, Your Majesty. I think I can clear this up. You have something to add, Mr. Payne? Probably. 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And that would be? On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout at one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must... Really, this is very odd, considering. Field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. Sure it did. Sure it did. Or rather, you knew this all along, and we're letting it, and only letting it slip now. That's convenient. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Oh, there was a blackout there. Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? Well, now. That explains everything, does it not? I don't think it does. Because if there was a blackout, how would the speakers work? Please share with us if you would. The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought the weapon down on the victim's head. I see. That makes perfect sense, Your Benevolence. So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, Your Benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Really? Hey, I want to live long and prosper, too. Enough applause. You flatter me. Well, I'm gonna tear apart your argument now. Alright. So much for my inconsistency. Can't talk. Inconsistency. At least I'm able to draw out some new info. And with the new info comes a chance to find a new inconsistency. Now to compare all the insights with the vision again and see what I can dig up. I already know where I'm going for. Let's see. I need to make sure, though. Yeah, there's a song of ceremony right when the pain shows up.
Objection!
Please work. Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole that I've been looking for. Your Benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents to Kurayanism. Really? Kurayanism. God, adding any IS or I... You know, just any of that is terrible to that word. Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind your tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. Oh. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums, but maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey, really? I believe you said a few moments ago, the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. But then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the Song of Ceremony even after the power went out? Oh. This contradiction of facts can only mean the Song of Ceremony Mr. All heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible. What are you saying? The song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasury room. Or treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall. What, you can't be serious! This is a glaring contradiction to the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case is be thoroughly re-examined. Oh, this is completely unprecedented. Inconsistency in her benevolence insights? Unbelievable. Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. There are but claims of corrupt lawyers, a feeble ruse for the feeble mind. Okay, but the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. But the defense's assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen in the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right here in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. The inside still sound. I hate to admit it, but she's right. Oh, God. Strange vision still makes the situation look really grim. The seance. Ah, God, what did I just say? What did it just say? The seance vision still makes the sensation look really grim for... Okay, there you go. I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why the accused had hands up over his head. While this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive. You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insides, do you? You better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just wagging it. Of course, I can back up my claim as soon as I think of something. Are we still going? You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claims. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it. I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop, chop. What the chop, chop? Like, chop off my tongue? Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop, chop. Stop, stop. I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure you won't miss one. Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than a raised weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that? His bag, maybe? Oh. Aha, so that's why. By something in the crime photo. Maybe the gun? I'm hoping it's the gun.
Take that!
As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him, as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying? The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Are you okay? Oh, she's dead. I love the over-exaggerated. Oh, she's down. She's down for the count. Who'd have thought the seance visions could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence? He's not better than that traitor snake. Oh, I don't even know who that is. Traitor snake? Who's that? No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for... Oh, really? What? Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Why? Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespects her benevolence. These people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right. Really? I said peace. Now, everyone, please calm down. Is he? Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney to a suitable punishment. No, I can't charge him with I don't even know what that word is. Lese majesty? I don't know. What? What? But why not, your majesty? He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that. But your majesty! Don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not give him why not give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it out to your wife. Huh? You can't end the trial now. 1 second, guys. I have to check something. Be right back real quick. Fun stuff. Someone's going around slamming doors. Anyways, we can't end this trial now when we just learned new information about the case. Why? Also, I looked. We have over an hour. Not you too. Would you honestly entertain the idea that that my insight contains a contradiction? Truly, it is shocking. In the 20+ years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency. It is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law. You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer? No, my faith is just as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not. I'll have you know, your benevolence. Please acquisite in this, your benevolence. If looks could kill. Yeah, she's gonna kill you. I won't forget this offense, barbed head. I will not admit defeat. I won't. Bailiff, please see her benevolence out. Oh, wow. The demons there they'll pluck out the barbs right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they throw you into a lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then. She's a really quaint person, let me just tell you. I guess she's just a teenager after all. Yep. Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it? That's right, your majesty. Phoenix Wright. Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you. And let me just write down 1 sec. Okay. I have done terribly this episode. I'm so sorry, guys. But do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I will be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying in this court. Or to this court. I understand, your majesty. Phew, maybe now we can finally run a real trial. Arguments, your majesty. Very well, I accept your challenge. What's with this? What's with him? Hee. Oh, I have the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he has unearthed is going to bury him in this case, indeed. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, it's chief prosecutor. Yes, because that's the point to focus on right now. The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, your majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh. Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's only logical. It's the only logical explanation. That does sound pretty logical, actually. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. Yes, I have to agree. Allow me to spell this out. This truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasury room. The treasure room? Why is it a treasure room? It should be called like a treasury. Just saying. Nah, I'm kidding. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have moved the body with that. And after all that hard work to knock down these insides, back to the old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? I'm drawing a total blank here. I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. What the fuck? I asked you a question, defense. I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing I can do is point and ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Oh my god, I hate you. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end? For both of us? I'm sorry. I never met a real lawyer before. What? Oh. Everybody always told me they're bad. Bad people who help dirty criminals go free. Well, we'll end off on this episode because we're over an hour long, and I have a